Guys, it is Brent back here with you with today's episode of some mental stuff here on the transitional half volley. And sometimes it is transitional, other times we get stuck here, right? And if you've not yet seen today's episode of What's the Right Shot, number 552, I highly recommend that you watch it after you're done today with this little mental message here on how do we handle this in terms of a target. So what I think about here is that in this part right about here, right, I'm coming into the transition area. I realize, okay, this is going to be a forehand half volley. Now, look, as I'm gathering my footwork here, trying to create some space to the path of that incoming ball, I can out of my peripheral kind of feel, maybe not see, but feel if that returner's partner is about to move. And once I've decided that's not going to happen, now I'm fully committed to what my target's going to be here. And my target is always, if you've been with me for any amount of time, my target for me is a spot above the white line. And in this case, it's going to be cross court. I'm not thinking about the guy's feet. I'm sort of assuming, and I can kind of get a sense here as well, that not only is it, Paul's tendency to play an approach shot and move in and put pressure on this half volley in terms of, man, I can't float it. Can't float it, right? Because if I float it and he's coming in, we got a problem. So right now, I know that it's going to be a spot above the white line, and for me, it's that spot above the white line, which is the tape on the net there. It's going to equate to eventually getting down to his feet anyway, right? The spot's not super high above the top of the net, but I don't want to be thinking about a moving target, right? I no longer want to be thinking about, well, this has got to be keep away from Paul's partner. And too often what happens is we go, okay, well, I've got to think about the returner's partner, right? And so what we do sometimes is we sneak a peek, P-E-E-K, right? We start kind of pulling our head up, pulling our eyes up, just to see, God, is that guy really staying there or not? And what happens is when you do that, sometimes you pull the racket out of alignment and you get a little jumpy, you get a little nervous, you get a little stressed out by worrying if that guy is going to poach. And look, I mean, like I said before, I've already decided right about here, this guy's not going to move, right? He might move. That's okay, because my target is a spot above the top of the net, cross court, and I'm going to take my time to get it there. If he goes, I can't control it, right? And if he goes, I want this ball to be as tough as possible for him without actually having to see if he's moving, without actually having to see if it's going to be keep away, without actually at the last second kind of going, uh-oh, he's moving, or I think he's moving, I better sneak a peek. And then, we got to create an unforced error sometimes when we do that, right? So again, I want you to be thinking about target being a spot above the top of the net that would eventually equate to getting down to that returner's feet. And there you have it. Now, look, the other part of this is you're going to have to play a shot again, probably from no man's land. And the reason for that is because this return was good, right? You came into this split step and did everything you could to try to create some space to get away from the ball. I mean, this is an ideal return to serve. It's down. It's at you, right? It's not into your alley where you might be able to easily get over there and create space to play a forehand half volley. No, this thing's at you. So what do you have to do? Well, you're going to play this shot as best you can with all the things that I just mentioned. That returner's partner not going. You've already decided that. And you've already decided your target, again, is not a moving target. It's not the returner's partner that you're playing keep away from. And it's not a moving target in terms of that returner moving in, right? You've already decided it's a stationary target. It's a spot above the white line that you're playing it to. And yeah, you might have to play another ball from right here. And whatever comes back, that's okay. You guys will just take it from here. And here you go. I mean, because you took your time on this, because you weren't concerned about playing keep away from that returner's partner, because you weren't concerned about having to rush through this and get out of no man's land, you hit a quality ball that, if that returner's partner did go, was going to be tough, was going to be tricky, and it ended up getting down to that returner's feet, and there you have it. So this is an exercise in mental toughness, absolutely mental toughness, where you've decided that you're going to take your time. You're not going to rush just to get through that what is, too bad it's been called no man's land forever. It's just another part of the court, right? And if you watch my eyes when I'm making contact on this thing, I'm not peeking, right? I'm not looking out at the landscape as making contact, It's right down here, just locked in on the ball, locked in on that contact point, right? And then just trusting that what you've decided before is that returner's not moving. They might be, but you've decided they're not. And trusting that the target that you've decided upon, a spot over the top of the net, not playing keep away, and not worrying about where it ends up over there. That's mental toughness, right? That's trust. And the best way to build that trust is to start with, I've got a free course for you. It's how we manage 80% of the match. 80% of the match is spent between points and on side changes. Only 20% of the time are we right here playing the points. And so if you manage the 80% of the match between points time and side changes really well, and the best way I've found is a systematic 4 parts between points routine that I've got, it just helps you so much with this kind of situation here, where you feel like, you know what, you got to take your time. You can't peek, and you got to trust your shot. I mean, shot choice trust is, it's reserved. Well, it's not reserved. I was going to say it's reserved for the top players. It might be only because those guys have built that trust. You can as well. What I've got for you right down below is a free video. It's a 9-minute video that describes what is my very specific 4 parts between points system. Right down below. There's a link in the description area. Click it if you haven't done so. Get signed up for my 4 parts free video, and you will be all set to go. Guys, look, I want to hear what's on your mind today. Any comments, any questions on the mental part that we've talked about in today's episode of What's the Right Shot? Let me know down below in the comments area. Love to read your stuff and respond. Promise to do that. And again, just a reminder, if you've not yet watched today's episode of What's the Right Shot, it is right there on the YouTube homepage. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Time for all of us to get out there, help someone else have a great day. Guys, see you again next time.